Well, I'll call the meeting to order. We're going to start off with a prayer by Councilman Andy Nakan. The pledge will be led by Councilman William Terrio.
Father and Son and the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord, you have trusted us as stewards of this parish. Please guide our hearts as we make decisions. May we always be mindful of our service and seek you first in all that we do. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I heard somebody.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
We welcome you to the City Parish Council meeting. We, as your representatives in the Lafayette Consolidated Government, welcome your involvement and encourage your participation. This meeting is a public hearing. If you wish to address the council on any item on this agenda, please fill out a blue request to address the council form, noting the agenda item number. The blue form is available to you in the foyer and should be submitted to the council clerk, Ms. Veronica Williams, seated to my left in the middle, prior to the call of the agenda item. It is important to fill out the blue form completely and note the specific agenda item number about which you wish to speak. If the card is not completely filled out or is not legible to the clerk, you will not be given the opportunity to speak. If you have materials you wish to submit to the council, please give those to Mrs. Williams along with your blue form. In an effort to allow everyone an opportunity to be heard, the 5-minute rule will be in effect. Speakers shall refrain from debating, personal attacks, and from making confrontational or derogatory comments. I'm requesting that the first row to my left be used for media only. Lastly, food and drinks are not allowed in the auditorium, and all phones and electronic devices shall be silenced from this point forward. I am also requesting that anyone who approaches the council state their name and title for the official record. Meeting procedures are by resolution, and they are not by Robert's Rule of Order. Documents including agendas, ordinances, resolutions, and minutes related to this meeting are posted online at www.lafayette.la.gov or refer to the web address on the top of the agenda. The council encourages your involvement and participation by volunteering for boards and commissions. If you are interested in finding out which board suits your interest, please call 291-8800 or pick up a pamphlet at the front door. I do have a few announcements. First of all, would like to announce that Kevin Nakan is unable to attend. He's out on business. He will not be with us tonight, as well as Councilman Jared Bellard is running a little late, but he is scheduled to arrive shortly. Also, we would like to hear from the council in the office, Carly, Chief Development Officer, a happy birthday. She will celebrate her birthday on Monday, June the 15th. Happy birthday to you. Also, on behalf of the entire council, I would like to congratulate Councilman Don Bertrand on being selected to receive the American Public Power Association's Spence Valadin Linden Public Official Award, which will be presented at the APPA's National Conference in Minneapolis, Minnesota on June the 9th. This award recognizes elected or appointed local officials who have contributed to the goals of the American Public Power Association. Don, congratulations. Thank you. I do not have any chair announcements of my own. At this time, I will open the floor for any council announcements. Seeing none, at this time, we're going to go to the president, Mr. Joey Durrell, for the president's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and congratulations again, Don. I'd like to ask Mr. Lenny Lemoyne to come up and give you his biannual report, whatever it is, on the horse farm.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you guys having us. And I think it's 4 times a year, but
it's a quarterly report.
We can modify it to 2 if you'd like. So I think last time we were here, we showed you that we'd give you progress reports, and so we're just going to talk about 3 things real quick. Fundraising, which is the engine that drives this. We're in the silent campaign right now. It's going very well, and actually we've probably exceeded our goals for 2015. So we're off to a real good start, and we're pleased with how that's going. Design work is on schedule. The design team is currently working on the next phase of design for phase 1. There have been some workshops held in town recently, and the Phase 1 master plan at the schematic phase really looks good. We're getting ready to start some more significant work on the Farmers Market Pavilion, walking trails, tree houses, pond amphitheater, and the river gardens, which is kind of the majority of the vertical part of the first phase. And so from a timeline, we're real confident that we're going to meet all of the pre-lease conditions. As you guys may recall, we got to meet those by January of 17 and start construction by July of 17. So I stand before you today a little more confident than I was the last time I was up here. So we're very pleased. Any questions?
Seeing none at this time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lamont.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, sir. At this time, I have a proclamation and a presentation to do, and I'm going to ask if Ms. Grace Hamilton Mayfield could please step up to one of the mics. I do see you have supporters and guests with you. They're welcome to join you as well, please. And I'm going to read the proclamation. Whereas Grace Hamilton Mayfield began the Hamilton Academy of the Arts in 1981 with a goal to provide young African-American girls in the community the opportunity to study the arts, and whereas in the midst of a high teenage pregnancy rate, Hamilton was searching for an activity that would instill a positive attitude in these girls and knew that introducing them to the arts would be a catalyst for change. And whereas in 1988, a high school performing arts dance academy was formed, the troupe traveled through Louisiana, also performed in Washington, D.C., and presented a 25-minute show at Disney World for Disney Entertainment. Here, they showcase Louisiana's history and unique culture. And whereas in collaboration with the Acadiana Arts Council, these performances continued in various schools during Black History Month, where they were highlighted through dance, theater, and music encompassing a 10-year span. And whereas while on the upswing, 3 performance companies was formed with a roster that included junior high students, elementary students, and high school students. Performances at nursing homes, festivals, Mardi Gras balls, and activities leading up to the Martin Luther King Day were showcased that members would look forward to. And whereas a full-length show requires hundreds of hours of rehearsal for one production, discipline and stamina to see a project through are stressed as positive character traits, former members testify that many of the skills learned from being a part of the company have provided leadership qualities in the lives they lead today. And now, 34 years later, keeping up with the times through the artistry of dance, organizers are proud to present to the community a first-class performance themed Movement Meets Technology. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Lafayette City Parish Council on this 9th day of June 2015 that today we celebrate Hamilton Academy Day and congratulate Grace Hamilton Mayfield for the longevity of her school and the excellent class of performing artists who have implemented their dance before thousands of guests throughout Acadiana and the United States. Signed by yours truly, Chairman Kenneth Boudreau, and sealed by the Clerk of the Council, Ms. Veronica Williams. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, I wasn't expecting to have to speak, but I don't mind doing that. Thank you, Kenneth, for recognizing us for the work that we have done in the community. I am very proud that we've trained over 4,000 students, and over the last 34 years, we have lots of professionals who are dancing across the country. Our goal was to create an environment for young Black females as an alternative to teen pregnancy. We have met that goal. We have met that goal. In 34 years and 4,000 students, we've had one. And she finished high school and is in college. So we have achieved what we have set out to achieve, and we're going to continue to make those options available to young women and men We don't want to leave anybody out, so that the community is better. Because when we're better, everyone's better. So I want to thank you for recognizing. So often we talk about the things that are going wrong in our community, and here's an opportunity for us to share what is going right.
Well, I know you've been around for a number of years. You have volunteered your services, I know in particular through our Parks program when I was there.
Yes.
And helping those children there, introducing them to the idea of dance. And I've seen so many of your performances, and you have a performance coming up this week.
Yes, next week, June the
Next week,
9th.
okay.
Hyman Performing Arts Center, showtime 6:30, and of course, the awards will be at 6. So we want to recognize our students for their accomplishments.
This is only 34 years, so that means the 35th year, we got to do something really big.
Okay. You're going to hold me to that, I know. Thank you again.
Thank you,
Appreciate
and
it.
congratulations.
And thank you, Councilman.
Okay, seeing no other council announcements or business at this time, we're going to move into our resolutions. Liz, would you please read the first resolution?
19, 2015, a resolution of the Lafayette City Parish Council designating the Daily Advertiser as the official journal for the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government for 1 year commencing July 1st, 2015.
Motion by Mr. Bertrand, second by Mr. Andy Nakam. Any council discussion on this matter? Seeing none, are there any blue cards?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please call the vote.
District 2,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
District 9.
Yes.
Motion is approved. Resolution 20, 2015, a resolution of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending Resolution 47, 2004 by reestablishing the Lafayette City Parish President's Awareness Committee for Citizens with Disabilities, establishing a procedure for appointment of committee members, setting term limits, minimum meeting requirements, and establishing the committee's mission.
Motion by Mr. Bertrand, second by Mr. Nakam. Council discussion? There is none. Any blue cards?
Nell Hahn.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm Nell Hahn. I'm on the committee, and I didn't know if I should turn in a card or what. They asked me to be here to answer any questions.
Just in case, huh? You got the assignment. I don't see any questions at this time, but we certainly thank you for visiting our meeting today.
Thank you.
All right. Any other speakers?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's call the vote.
District 4,
Yes.
District 6.
Yes.
District 7.
Yes.
District 8.
Yes.
District 9.
Yes.
District 2.
Yes.
Motion is approved. Resolution 21, 2015, a resolution of the Lafayette City Parish Council adopting a duplication of benefit policy in relation to Community Development Block Grant disaster recovery funds received from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development through the Louisiana Office of Community Development Disaster Recovery Unit.
Motion by Mr. Andy Nakam, second by Mr. Bertrand. Council discussion? There is none. Are there any blue cards?
Yes, sir.
Please call the vote.
District 5.
Yes.
District 6.
Yes.
District 7.
Yes.
District 8.
Yes.
District 9.
Yes.
District 2.
Yes.
District 4.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
We will now move to ordinances for final adoption. Again, this is a public hearing, and blue sheets are available for anyone wishing to address the council. The 5-minute rule does remain in effect. Liz, could you please read item number 8?
Ordinance 100, 2015. An ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to sell at an internet auction miscellaneous surplus LCG property which are no longer needed for public purposes as per the attached list.
Motion by Mr. Bertrand,
Second.
second by Mr. Andy Nakam. Council discussion? Seeing none, any blue cards?
Yes, sir.
Please call the vote.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
Motion is approved. Ordinance 108, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council declaring the building or structure located at 107 Francis Avenue, Lafayette, Louisiana, owned by Robert Bertrand and Sandra Rosenbach Bertrand, to be dilapidated and dangerous to the public welfare, and ordering the condemnation of same.
Motion by Mr. Bertrand, second by Mr. Terrio. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, the photos are in your gold folders if you are in need of reviewing those. We'll open up the floor for council discussion. There is none. Are there any blue cards?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's call the vote, please.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
Motion is approved. Ordinance 110, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 14-15 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to provide for adjustments to the manning tables by adding apprenticeship set raising promotions for 2 juvenile detention attendant 2 positions within the Office of the Chief Administrative Officer, Juvenile Division.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Mr. Don Bertrand. I would like to note something that this council supported. If you all recall, I think about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, we were having difficulty filling positions at the detention home. We had very few applicants, and the applicants that we did have, when we would hire them, because of pay and other things, they were not staying very long. This apprenticeship program has proven to be very fruitful. I think they are almost at full staff, as we operate one of the better juvenile facilities in the country and certainly in the state. And this is something that this government, made some adjustments, did things a little differently, got outside the box a little bit, and is paying great dividends. So you members should be commended, as well as the administration. Any other council discussion? Are there any blue cards on this matter? Okay, please call the vote.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
Motion is approved. Ordinance 111, 2015. An ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council declaring the Jim Dorm Road Bridge Replacement Project a public necessity and authorizing the acquisition of the necessary rights-of-way, immovable property, and other property rights requisite to the construction of said project, either on an amicable basis or through the use of expropriation process if necessary.
Motion by Mr. Castillo, second by Mr. Bertrand. Council discussion? There is none. Any blue cards?
Yes, sir.
Okay, call the vote, please.
District 9?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
Motion is approved. Ordinance 112, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council declaring the Firm Bustani Drive Extension Project a public necessity and authorizing the acquisition of the necessary rights-of-way, immovable property, and other property rights requisite to the construction of said project, either on an amicable basis or through the use of expropriation process if necessary.
Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Mr. Don Bertrand. Council discussion? There is none. Any blue cards?
Yes, sir.
Please call the vote.
District 2?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
Motion is approved. Ordinance 113, 2015. An ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette City Parish President to proceed with the solicitation of bids for the asbestos abatement, ceiling, lights, and AC upgrades to floors 1 and 2 at the Lafayette Parish Courthouse and the yearly capital outlay requests for funding for the state of Louisiana and amending the fiscal year 14-15 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing the use of courthouse complex fund balance by $500,000, transferring to the Lafayette Parish Courthouse Improvements Project within the Public Works Department for additional funding needed.
Motion by Mr. J. Castillo, second by Mr. Don Bertrand. Mr. Terrio.
Who's here to speak on this? Multiple. Just something we noticed in the information, the paragraph you provided the council here, and right after it says that the upgrades to floors 1 and 2 at the Lafayette Parish Court and the yearly capital outlay request. With that request, what kind of monies are we looking at, Mr. Blanchard?
It's depending on the legislature. and what happens with capital outlay from the legislative session, and we won't know until capital outlay bill is finally adopted. But we're making provisions to do the work that we can do within available funding of this government, given what the situation is on the state level. The big ticket item will likely be discussed during the budget process, and that is what to do as we move down the line on renovating the remaining floors. Larry, that's a $3 million, maybe $3.5 million price tag, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And at that point, obviously, we do not have funding on the parish side from a capital standpoint to be able to accomplish that. If the state is able to make good on its cooperative endeavor agreement that dates back 8 years, maybe,
yes,
maybe longer, then potentially we would, if they're able to play catch-up, we would have the funds that would be available, because this is a matching program as it relates to our agreement with the state, and we have met our match and are continuing to do so.
One additional question, Mr. Stanley, is that did we last year or any prior years ask for any capital outlay requests from the state? Every year?
Every year.
Have we received any funds back in those periods?
What was it last year, Larry? 30,000?
30,000, but in the past, we received millions of dollars of
right.
capital outlay match, so.
Okay. Appreciate it, folks. Thank you.
Dee, wasn't there an issue last year with an agreement between us and the state as it relates to some courthouse funding?
Yes, if you remember, and you have a good memory, Mr. Chairman, we came back to you because the elevator project was underway at that time, and there were some economies of scale for us to be able to do that. And the state did not fund us at the level that we had hoped for at that time, but we did not want to lose the ability to finish the renovations to the elevators. Mr. Broussard may want to chime in if I'm misspeaking on something. And we were able to do that with the funds available on the parish side and approved by the council, and we were able to finish that project. This is the next phase that allows the clerk's office to move on to the renovated floors, and for us to begin minimal maximum asbestos abatement, but minimal renovations to the clerk space. The big space and the remaining space is going to be to renovate the remaining floors of the courthouse to make it a suitable building until we are able to come to grips with building a new facility, which of course needs to happen at some point.
Okay. All right. Any other council discussion? Seeing none, any blue cards? Please call the vote.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9? District 2?
Yes.
Motion is approved. Ordinance 114, 2015. An ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette City Parish President to enter into a maintenance agreement between the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government and the State of Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development concerning the maintenance of state roadways to include mowing and litter pickup, and amending the fiscal year 14-15 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing reimbursement revenues from the State of Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development in the amount of $42,000.
Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Mr. Don Bertrand. Mr. Terrio?
Just one quick question, Mr. Blanchard. I don't know if you or Mr. Stanley, but in dealing with this, obviously it looks as though that Lafayette is going to be doing additional work that normally maybe the state is normally involved with. That's why they're reimbursing us the $42,000.
Oh, no, this is a continuation of the existing contract that we have, same terms, same areas. The difference between this and the previous contract, or the one that's in effect now, is there are some additional reporting requirements for us. I think the state had some new rules on their end as far as like how often they bill and invoice for things, how often we have to like send them the paperwork, and so we're going to be doing that on a daily basis on this contract now.
So that's why it's worded that we are increasing reimbursement revenues.
I don't know why it's worded like that. That's kind of a budgetary sort of thing, it's my understanding, but it's the same contract, continuation of the same terms. I think that's like an accounting sort of thing.
Okay, and at this point, the employees that you have that are doing the work, still no issues with them having the time to do so and the ability to do so?
Right, it's in our program of work, and it's useful. You know, those are kind of the gateways to the community, so having, you know, a little bit extra control over when those get mowed and how they get mowed, you know, is a good thing.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Blanchard.
Yes, sir.
That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Yeah. Kevin, just a request, not for tonight, but could you forward us the scope of the work? They identified the locations, but I know there's some concerns with some things along Evangeline Thruway that another agency is working on.
Okay.
If we could get a good descriptive scope of work that is done in those particular areas. We know the grass cutting at I-10 in Louisiana and our
Right.
interchanges, but anything in this, in particular when they come in?
So I can make sure I've got your request. You're not talking just about the areas that are included in this contract. You're talking about maybe some other areas where we've got different sorts of arrangements going on, and
Right, this and
or
others.
some frequency sort of
Yes, sir.
questions too, like how often, what's the rationale for when we go out, that sort of thing.
And this, for instance, when we talk about I-10 at Louisiana Avenue, you know, if I could have an idea, okay, how far off the interchange on Louisiana Avenue coming into town, whether it's going north or south, is the work performed, especially when we start talking about the litter and the sidewalk maintenance and things
Right.
like Evangeline Thruway, that's the real issue.
Sure.
In our downtown area, there's a lot of overgrowth and things happening. I want that type of scope as well.
Get that for you.
Okay, thank you. Any other council discussion? Seeing none, any blue cards on this matter?
No, sir.
Please call the vote.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9? District 2?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
Motion is approved. Ordinance 116, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing a drainage betterments agreement between the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government and the Congregation of St. John the Evangelist Roman Catholic Church.
Motion by Mr. Bertrand, second by Mr. Nakkan. Council discussion? Seeing none, any blue cards?
Joe Giglio Jr., only if you have questions.
I think we good. No one is gonna go against the church. All right, call the vote.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
Motion is approved. Ordinance 117, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing and approving a right-of-way permit and a pole attachment agreement with Hunt Telecommunications LLC.
Motion by Mr. Bertrand, second by Mr. Jared Bellord. Welcome, sir. Yes, sir. Any council discussion? There is none. Mr. Stanley, just right quick, I talked to Mr. Blanchard earlier. Following up, we want to get this thing done, but I have some concerns as far as the agreement, the cost associated with it. I know this involves LPSS, and I know we've tried to do some things with the school system. So going forward, if we could look at this and see how we could minimize, we charging the same people, you know, our constituents, and see what those needs are and see what could possibly be looked at that's going on in other cities as well, as far as cost is concerned. So if we could work on that following this, okay? Appreciate it. Okay, don't see any council discussion. Any blue cards?
No, sir.
Okay, let's call the vote, please.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Okay, now we're going to go to announcements of vacancies on boards and commissions. Liz, could you please read those vacancies?
Due to term expiration, a vacancy exists on the Alarm Review Board for a 4-year term effective January 20th, 2015. This is a minority appointment. Due to term expiration, a vacancy exists on the Emergency Medical Service Advisory Board for a 4-year term effective April 22nd, 2015. Appointee must be from the healthcare industry. Due to resignation, a vacancy exists on the Board of Zoning Adjustment for the remainder of a 5-year term through June 30th, 2018. Appointee must own property within Lafayette Parish. Due to term expiration, a vacancy will exist on the Fire and Police Civil Service Board for a 3-year term effective August 1st, 2015. Appointee must reside within the city limits of the City of Lafayette. Due to term expiration, a vacancy will exist on the Lafayette Public Trust Financing Authority for a 5-year term effective August 29th, 2015. Due to term expiration, 2 vacancies will exist on the Downtown Development Authority, each for a 3-year term effective September 1st, 2015. Appointees must own property or work in downtown Lafayette. Due to term expirations, 4 vacancies will exist on the Lafayette Economic Development Authority, each for a 4-year term effective September 1st, 2015. LARS 34:292 requires that 2 of these appointments be held by African American citizens. Due to term expiration, a vacancy will exist on the Lafayette Parish Library Board of Control for a 5-year term effective September 1st, 2015. Individuals wishing to submit a resume for the above volunteer vacancies must be a registered voter and a resident of Lafayette Parish. Act 472 of the 2008 Louisiana Legislative Session, now codified as LARS 42:1124.2.1, requires financial disclosure under certain circumstances. Resumes are to be forwarded to Veronica L. Williams, Clerk of the Council, P.O. Box 4017-C, Lafayette, Louisiana 70502, or emailed to bclafayette@lafayettela.gov no later than noon Tuesday, June 17th, with council appointment to be made on July 7th, 2015.
All right, thank you, Liz. Now we're going to consider appointments by the council as a whole to boards and commissions. Liz, could you please read item number 25?
Appointment to the Planning and Zoning Commission for a 5-year term effective June 4th, 2015.
Okay, there was, I think, one submission of a resume for this one, and that was Lynn Guy. Okay, Mr. Bertrand has nominated Lynn Guy. Okay. See no other nominations. Would you please just vote on that nomination, please?
District 8? District 9?
Yes.
District 2? District 4?
Lynn Guy?
District 5? District 6? District 7? Ms. Guy has been reappointed.
Okay, now we'll go to appointments by council members in our city parish president and/or any other direct appointing authority. Liz, could you please read item number 26?
ULL President Dr. E. Joseph Salwa appoints Dr. Dwayne Bowie to the Cajun Dome Commission for a 4-year term effective July 1st, 2015.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll now entertain a motion to take our intro ordinances in global. Oh, not all at one time. Motion by Mr. Castile, second by Mr. Jared Bellord. You may read them, Liz.
Ordinance 118, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 14-15 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by authorizing the budgeting of prior year WIA funds to cover interim salary costs for a 3-month period within the Office of Chief Administrative Officer, Workforce Investment Board Division budget, and within the Community Development Department, Workforce Development Division budget, and adjusting manning tables and personnel costs by deleting 1 full-time accounting clerk position. Ordinance 119, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette City Parish President to enter into a purchase agreement and act of cash sale conveying a strip of surplus land along Ridge Road and a renunciation termination of servitude affecting property owned by the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government adjacent thereto. Ordinance 120, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the comprehensive zoning ordinance so as to reclassify the property of Scott Miller, case number ZON 2015-11, Scott Miller, 529 East Pondamouta Road, property rezoning, located generally north of East Pondamouta Road and west of Ridgeview Drive, from R-1-A to B-T, transitional business. Ordinance 121, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the comprehensive zoning ordinance and the official map of the City of Lafayette, providing for the annexation of additional land into the corporate limits of the City of Lafayette, Louisiana, case number ZON 2015-17, the Vineyard annexation located generally north of Bonner Drive, east of Doyle Drive, and south of East Farrell Road, which is located within Lafayette City Parish Council District Number 8 for voting purposes, and assigning zoning classification of R-1-C. Ordinance 122, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the comprehensive zoning ordinance so as to assign a zoning classification to property annexed by ordinance number 55-2015, case number ZON 2015-16, Service Car Wash, 1220 Ambassador Caffrey Parkway annexation, located generally north of Ambassador Caffrey Parkway, east of Galbert Road, and south of Cameron Street. Ordinance 123, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the official map of the City of Lafayette, providing for the annexation of additional land into the corporate limits of the City of Lafayette, Louisiana. 113 and 201 Porter Lane annexation, located generally north of Carmel Drive, east of Louisiana Avenue, and south of East Willow Street, which is located within Lafayette City Parish Council District Number 4 for voting purposes. Ordinance 124, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette City Parish President to enter into an intergovernmental agreement by which the Acadiana Planning Commission will assume responsibility for the staffing of the Metropolitan Planning Organization and become its fiscal agent, authorizing the City Parish President to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the Acadiana Planning Commission to lease office space and utilize certain technologies at the Rosa Parks Transportation Center, amending the fiscal year 14-15 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by authorizing the use of prior year fund balance in the City General Fund in the amount of $257,694, the Parish General Fund in the amount of $13,189, the Road and Bridge Maintenance Fund in the amount of $36,862, and the City Sales Tax Capital Improvement Fund in the amount of $71,184, and appropriating within the Planning Division, General Accounts, and Chief Development Office sections, and amending the manning tables by deleting the Metropolitan Planning Organization employee positions. Ordinance 125, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 14-15 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues received from the Federal Transit Administration and the Federal Highway Administration and appropriating within the Planning, Zoning, and Development Department, Planning Division, Metropolitan Planning Organization section. Ordinance 126, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the filing of an application with the Louisiana Commission on Law Enforcement for a 2014 Stop Violence Against Women grant for the Lafayette Police Department. Ordinance 127, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 14-15 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by authorizing the use of prior year fund balance in the City Sales Tax Cap Improvement Fund in the amount of $112,680, and use of expended unencumbered salaries in the City General Fund in the amount of $62,933, and adjusting the manning tables by adding 3 additional police officers and associated costs within the Lafayette Police Department Patrol Division. Ordinance 128, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 14-15 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing projected revenues in the amount of $721,290 anticipated to be received from the Federal Transit Administration's Section 5307 Urbanized Area Formula Grant, and appropriating these funds along with the required match in the amount of $180,323 within the Public Works Department Transit Division. Ordinance 129, 2015, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council declaring the building or structure located at 409 Guidry Street, Lafayette, Louisiana, owned by Marlene Thibault, in care of Gerald J. Block, attorney appointed, to be dilapidated and dangerous to the public welfare, and ordering the condemnation of same.
Any council discussion on any of these items? There is none. Any blue cards on any one of these items? Okay, please call the vote.
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
Motion is approved in globo.
Meeting adjourned. There. Yes, indeed.